Hi everyone, so today we're going to introduce how to implement data service APIs on DataWorks. So DataWorks Data Studio is a very flexible and also secure and stable and cost-effective platform that would allow you to create and publish APIs for data sharing. So you can basically share data and also explore the values of data in terms of sort of like publishing, approval, and also authorizations of APIs, and keep monitoring the statistics on API calls and resource isolation of API and data as well. So first, let's get into DataWorks console. So let's click on DataWorks. And then we'll just click on Workspace to get into the workspace we'll be using today, which is DW Demo 2505. And here, let's expand the Data Analysis and Service tab, and then click on Data Service Studio. So the first step of creating a new API is to right-click on the Business Process tab, and then click on Create Business Process. So let's just give a name. Let's call it DW Service Demo. And for API groups, we'll always need to create an API group from API Gateway before creating an API. And here we have already created it, which is DW Group. So let's click on OK. Okay, so after creating this DW Service Demo business process, let's right-click on API and click on Create API. And here, let's click on Generate API. And let's give it a name. Let's say DW Demo, and let's say 0820. And for description, we can just say test. And let's click OK. And also for API paths, let's just give it a random path. Let's say test. Okay, so here we can choose our data source type, and here just for the sake of demo, we will just choose HoloGraphs. And for data source name, we will use HoloDB as our source database. And for a table, just for example, we use this public.dwd product sales. And here all the fields will pop out right here. So just for the sake of demo, we'll be using product ID as our request parameter, and all the rest of the fields will be used as our response parameter. So in this way, we'll be able to send our product ID along with our request functions, and then we'll be able to get all the information included in these fields as our response. So after configuring this, we'll just click Save. And here we'll need to specify our memory and our sort of like resource group type. And here we'll be utilizing this resource group. And after configuring all this, we'll need to click on Save again. And here, because our API follows some specific rules, so we do not allow these characters as the beginning of our allies. So we just remove that one and then click Save. And after it's been saved successfully, we can just run a test and see what would happen. So here, just for example, we'll just input 100 as our request parameter and click Test. And we can see that like we have already retained the response from our API. So like all the rows that contains product ID as 100 has been returned by this API. So after testing it, we can also just submit and then publish the API. And after submitted it, we can just click on Publish. After publishing this, we can just click on Service Management. And then we'll be able to call our API through this public endpoint. Okay, so that's it for today's demonstration. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.